What is up, my friends? It is your host, Nick Anderson, also known as Amongst the Whiskey, and today we're going to be getting into the Heaven Hill 90th Anniversary Edition. First off, let me just say, I have had my fair share of experience with this bottle at this point, and I've been noodling on what I'm going to write in my review. The more I've thought about it, the more I dislike this bottle. I don't think this bottle should exist. It feels like a marketing gimmick. It feels duplicitous. Why oh why, in 2025, did Heaven Hill release a bottle that looks almost identical to the Heaven Hill Heritage Collection? Riddle me that. Why does this bottle look nearly identical to this bottle? Why is this bottle 9 years old and this bottle 18 years old, and yet the price is nearly identical? Look, I tasted both of these side by side. This doesn't taste anywhere near as good as the Heaven Hill Heritage Collection 18-year does. It's the same mash bill, significantly older, should be high priced, sure. What makes this special? If it tasted phenomenal at 9 years, like some of the early Elijah Craig low-proof single-barrel picks used to, by all means, make me shell out for a really great whiskey. But for just a nuanced mash bill and a heavy char barrel finish on a 9-year whiskey that's masquerading as a Heritage Collection bottle, I got a problem with that. Now, there's no doubt that people are hunting this. People are saying it's great whiskey. It comes in a fancy box. How could you not like it? Notice it is actually a slightly different box than the Heritage Collection. It doesn't do that dual door opening. But I'll give them a little bit of credit. Comes with a little placard of information inside. Heaven Hill, 90th Anniversary, 1935 to 2025. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Lifting America's spirits since 1935. The end of Prohibition sparked a renewed interest in Kentucky bourbon. In Bardstown, Kentucky, the 5 Shapiro brothers joined a group of investors to support a new distillery and later became its sole owners. With no inventory, warehouse, or brand, they named the company Heaven Hill and filled the first barrel of bourbon on Friday, December 13th, 1935. 90 years and more than 10 million barrels later, we celebrate the legacy of that bold beginning and the generations of whiskey-making excellence that followed. Today, Heaven Hill remains family-owned and proudly rooted in Kentucky, committed to preserving the traditions of American whiskey while embracing the future with purpose and craft. Great job, marketing team. Lucky number 13. This limited edition bottling commemorates Heaven Hill's 90th anniversary with a blend of Kentucky Straight Bourbon carefully crafted by our master distillers. The whiskey is comprised of 70% 9-year-old bourbon and 30% 9-year-old bourbon, aged in heavy char barrels filled on our 80th anniversary in 2015. The whiskey entered into the barrel at 107 proof, in keeping with Heaven Hill's original barrel entry standard from 1935, and is non-chill filtered for added depth and body. Bottled at 107 proof, this whiskey showcases the patience, craft, and character that define Heaven Hill after 9 decades of distilling. I really just want to have this, but I'm going to do you a solid, and we're going to get into a pour of the 90th, and we're going to talk through it live. Get my glass. Even has the foil. like the Heritage Collection. But it doesn't say Heritage Collection anywhere on this label. So I did skip over the bit about 107 barrel entry proof. I do think that that's a great idea for distilleries to still be exploring. Obviously, this is some slightly experimental whiskey at the end of the day. So I applaud that. I think more distillers should be doing low barrel entry proof. Let's see if it pays off for the 90th anniversary bourbon. In the nose, a light red grape. And I mean light. I mean, there's not a lot of body here. There's not a lot for the nose to find. It's very candy sweet, very simple. Almost does smell like some of those early Elijah Craig low proofers, but not the best ones that I've had. Sometimes on these bigger blends, I feel like some of the character is almost blended out, unfortunately. This feels like the case here. It's a very monotone nose, not a ton of complexity here. A little bit of oak, a little bit of licorice. Not much else going on in this glass. Let's have a sip. First sip of the day. It was a slightly larger sip than I was expecting. Flowed a little fast on me. Direct translation, nose to palate. Light grape, maybe a kiss of cherry, but it's almost like just the skins and nothing else really. Again, very monotone. I'm trying to love this. I really am. I've tried and tried and tried for quite a few pours. And I've come to the same conclusion. It's just not that great a whiskey. And when you factor in the price that you have to pay for this, I feel a little duped. I feel like I've been had. I feel like I wasted money buying this bottle. And I don't often talk about price in comparison to flavor. I usually just review what's in the glass, how does it taste, where does it fall on my rating scale. In this scenario, I feel obligated to warn people that this is not good value. This is awful value. You can get significantly better whiskey out of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, or even the Shelfer Elijah Craig. Get you one of these. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that this drinks significantly better at, what, $60 versus 150? 200 you might see this for? I really almost don't want to finish this glass. I'm going to give it a college try. I owe it to you, dear viewer. I owe it to you. I need to give this its fair chance. This is what I do for you. A little bit of character developing here. Reminds me a little bit of the earthy clay that you'd get out of pre-fire Heaven Hill. And I wonder, is that more the production methods harkening back to pre-fire? That gets into a significantly deeper subject of why pre-fire versus post-fire Heaven Hill taste so different. Everybody latches onto the yeast, but I think you'd be interested to find out it's probably something else. I'll save that for another video. The earthy clay kind of disappeared. More vanilla now. Simple, straightforward Kentucky bourbon. I mean, it's Kentucky bourbon at 9 years old. What's special about it? Not much. Guys, I really want to do you a service here. Like, just don't chase this, please. Please don't chase this. Save your money for much better whiskey than this. I don't want to finish it. Part of my problem, I think it's a little bit too tannic. I think the heavy char pulled out a little too much wood influence, a little too much of those just bitter notes I'm not crazy for. Maybe fans of double oaked could be fans of this. But for me, I've had piles upon piles of tremendous whiskey, and this just does not register on that same radar. I mean, it is a mile away from the heat map of the best bourbons that I've had in my life. It doesn't even come close. It's not even running the same race. I mean, this is little league stuff. I don't like it. And let's noodle a little bit here together. Why does this exist? Why did this need to come out? Do you think it's just a marketing ploy? Leaning in on the success of the Heritage Collection and trying to use that bottle shape to just sell more bottles? More shit whiskey? Really? To me, that's really short-sighted. I mean, you're going to dissuade what could be a very loyal customer, the whiskey enthusiasts that are going crazy for the Heritage Collection. If they buy this and they sip this, I'm anticipating they're going to be disappointed. It makes you wonder, anybody that is hyping it up, who signs their checks? But I'm curious, let me know down in the comments, what is your theory? Why does this bottle exist? Why did they go with such close packaging in relation to the Heritage Collection? Are you a fan of this? Have you tried this? Shoot me a comment down below. I want to hear from you. Okay, fine. I'll drink it. Yep, still same exact character on the nose. Hasn't developed much. Not much to be excited about. Same story on the palate, and honestly, drinking a little bit harsh. I find myself puckering. I wish I had water handy. I don't. I find myself just plain disappointed overall with pretty much every aspect of this. The mouthfeel is thin, it's harsh, it attacks the taste buds, it dries the mouth. I'm struggling to find any positives in this. And I don't think this is just personal taste preference. This isn't a certain flavor that because I've found it, I'm not a fan. That gets into tasting notes preference. There's 1,000 whiskey reviewers out there. Find the ones that like the same things that you like. You're going to be steered right. The best whiskey reviewers actually know what quality tastes like. They know what good distilling practices taste like. And to me, this tastes like rushed, high volume, mass production whiskey with little attention to blending skill and little attention to final flavor profile. This doesn't feel like somebody thought that this was going to taste good. It feels like somebody put this together and rushed it out the door. Unfortunately, I think that is far too common in whiskey today, and part of the reason why you're seeing so much whiskey variability in 2025, 2024. I mean, you look at even people's top whiskeys of the year, like the whole category, I feel like kind of struggled for Kentucky bourbon because everybody was racing to be first. Everyone was racing to get the next LTO out because they thought, ooh, this bottling could be our last because demand is cratering. Let's get those last dollars from those whiskey enthusiasts that haven't yet filled up their shelves or filled out their bunkers. Let's market this to them. Who cares if we lose them? They're going to stop buying anyway. Short-sighted. Not good. Disappointing. Those are my adjectives for this. A little bit of green pepper developing here late in the glass. I don't have a shortage of notes here, folks. I mean, read one of my whiskey write-ups. I don't miss a note in a glass. If it's in there, I'm going to find it. This just doesn't have a lot. Doesn't have a lot of good ones, that's for sure. Why? Why do we have to review bad whiskey? It's unfortunate, but it is in an effort to keep smart consumers like you, my dear watcher, informed on what's important. This is not important. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know what to do with my hands. But that's gonna do it for today, my friends. Until next time, keep it amongst the whiskey.